Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing good today. My name is Bogdan, and you are on Modern Ukrainian Homestead channel. So, welcome, and let me share today's topic with you. It's how to pay absolute zero in your energy bills in February during wintertime, uh, while having an electrical heating, of course. In my case, it's absolutely achievable, and it's a fact that I managed to do this. Moreover, I even sold a couple of hundreds of kilowatt hours back to the grid, more than I've actually consumed. How so? So, first of all, let me remind you what the house is. The house is quite huge. It has around 300 square meters in total area size. However, the heated area is a little bit less. It's around 175. That's because the balconies on the first and second floor are like heated only to no so-called no frost level. Because well, during winter time they just use like a natural buffer zone, and that's it. And of course, the third floor it's uninhabited. And well, there is nothing basically, not even power is connected there, just like the cable goes in there and there it stops. No heaters, nothing, absolutely. uh, I mean, of course it's insulated, the roof is insulated, but there is nothing. It's currently a place of mass because you have to keep a lot of stuff that has been used during construction. So let me remind you, what about my station? It's the 12.5 kilowatt solar panels on the house, and it's 30 more, 30.3 to be exact, kilowatts of panels mounted on the garage and on the flat table that is on the ground. This is it, and also I have a small 1 kilowatt wind turbine. I will be adding more, just like to add you, because it's really disbalanced. Of course, I'll be adding more, as you may already guessed. But yeah, that's about solar, and solar is the main drag horse here. And let me show you the stats. Very easy. Before going to the stats, let me remind you. So somewhere here, I will show you the heating, how it's done. It's basically done using the ceramic heaters, like shown here on the video. They are once they are working, they get on and off because they have their specific sensor, temperature sensor, and they just get on once the sensor shows that you have to turn on, and they just automatically go off once the over temperature is reached. It generally like works within plus minus half Celsius grados up and below the set temperature. So if you set them for 20, for example, 20 point, while reaching 20.5, it will get to switch off. While getting 19.5, it gets to uh, switch on and to start heating. So as you may have seen with the pedometer, I'm measuring the temperature of the one that is like in on-off mode, and the other one that is constantly working. The temperature is quite different, but not that much different. It doesn't get really too much hot. You will not like get your hands. Moreover, it looks nice. It's thing. It's really like modern looking. It's very like absolutely perfectly fits into the interior. I like those things, and they are extremely cheap to operate and extremely cheap to use, extremely cheap to change if anything happens. Like, I don't know. So in any case, here's the stats. So SolarMan PV, SolarMan Smart is actually the stats application that allows me to unify my hybrid system, which is 12.5 kilowatt of solar panels plus wind turbine is also can be seen here. So this is like how it currently looks in production from microinverter. This is the power that it gets from the wind turbine. This is the solar production right now at this exact moment. For example, something I'm selling back to the grid, something I'm using for everything else. But the stats. So here is the February. The weather, just don't look at this the data because I don't know where from they are getting this. They are totally wrong. But the stats are gathered from the inverter. The stats is the correct thing. So let me show you one quick example. What is interesting here? You see the 9th and 10th of February, very, very little numbers, like zero point 0.3 kilowatt hours and then zero point 0.5 kilowatt hours of production only. These were the days when the solar was fully covered with snow. and the temperature just got raised a little bit above zero, and next day you see the difference, it's 7.9. So between zero point 0.5 and 7.9 there is a nice difference of covered with snow and not covered with snow. But here goes the sunny day. Welcome, 50 plus. Welcome, 52, 53 kilowatt hours per day, per one single day. So the difference between the normal solar day and the day when you have cloudy weather, which is like the days like here, and the days once you are covered with snow, I mean the panels are covered with snow, is absolutely drastical, as you may see. But let's check the total value. So what's total for February? The consumption is 1.46 megawatt hours per month. That's because, as I told you, electrical heating, that's quite a lot, but not really a lot, uh, considering how much do I produce. So as you may see, zero point 0.5 megawatt hours only is the production of this hybrid part of the solar station, but I have another piece, as I told you, the net the grid connected, grid tied solar station, which has the 30 kilowatts of power. And it was working in February like this. The graph, the schedule is basically the same, and the differences are about the same. When there is a sunny day, we have 120 plus. Once there is a cloudy day, we have about 20 kilowatt hours. And once we are covered with snow, we have 2-3 kilowatt hours of production under snow, and that's it. However, let's check the total value. Yield 1.2 megawatt hours and plus zero point 0.5. This is how much? This is 1.7 megawatt hours per month production, and 1.46 is the consumption. Nice plus, right? What does this set does not count? It does not count the losses, because from the point of from the inverter to the back, basically the metering device that does all the calculations with your power provider, there is a distance, of course, and there are losses. For example, what the meter says that I'm consuming, once it gets to me, 1% loss. The same for the sales. Once I have the production on my inverter side, once it gets to that meter, also 1 point something percent loss. So to be realistic, you have to like reduce the production to, let's say, 1% and increase consumption to 1%. That will be more realistic values. And also what is not covered here is the self consumption of the inverters, and they use around 100 watts per hour, both of them. So this is about 100 kilowatt hours per month. That's their consumption, realistic. But even given this, let's put more into consumption thing. So production is 1.7. Let's keep it there, but let's just increase our consumption. Let's consider it's plus 140 kilowatt hours. That will be 1.6. It still gives me 100 kilowatt hours of handicap, so I am in plus. And that's the case how I'm going to be paying absolute zero to the power supply company. Moreover, I guess I will get paid because there is the feed-in tariff in my country. I hope you have the same or similar rules somewhere in your country where you live. And the feed-in tariff will actually pay out a little bit of money back to my account for being overproducing compared to what I consume. So this is it for today, and I hope you like it. If you want more stats, just let me know. I can do a lot of videos about this. Specifically, I'm curious if you would be interested in having the video which will compare solar and wind in and when the kilowatt hour the 1 kilowatt of installation will produce which day more during the winter period specifically, and how the so-called heating season went. That's also, I guess, would be the interesting thing, but that will be done a little bit later because the heating season will be over somewhere in April, I guess, because in March there are still like lower temperatures. You cannot like let the heating go off, of course, specifically if it's automated. I like electrical so much because it's really it's just like plug in, just plug in and forget it. set the temperature and forget it, and don't even touch it. It's just like it keeps you the comfortable temperature for all the time during nights, days, whatever, more sunny. You don't have to bother at all. It's very simple. And moreover, you can set the different temperatures in the zones in different places. That's absolutely amazing, because having this unique ceramic heaters, it allows you to like basically do anything you want. I don't know if you have those in your countries, but they are pretty inexpensive, relatively inexpensive. And I know people who are actually even building those themselves. In my case, I was buying them locally from Ukrainian company, because they made the mass production for those units, and they still do. They do a lot. They produce a lot of those each year. They sell them commercially. They have 6 years warranty for these devices, so it's really well warranted thing as well. And about costs, let me remind you about cost. So the total cost of the heating installation using her ceramic heaters cost me around $3,000 for the house of 300 square meters size. Just like go ask anyone else how much would the heat pump cost. I've been calculating this, and it took me about like 40 years that my system, of course, it consumes way more power than the heat pump would. Definitely, absolutely. But it would take me 40 years, considering initial installation cost, only to reach that level that the heat pump system would actually would where that would be. I don't know, like that's ridiculously low that I paid for this, so that's why I'm happy about it. Anyways, thanks for today, and hope to see you somewhere later soon. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more. Bye.